Imagine being told for decades that progress must look like the West, that power wears a suit, speaks English with a certain accent, and follows rules written in European capitals or American boardrooms. Now imagine a nation that looks them dead in the eye and says, "No, thank you." That nation is India. And the truth is, it's the one country the West can't defeat, not militarily, not culturally, not ideologically, and certainly not economically. And certainly not, and it drives them absolutely insane. India doesn't just have strength, it has memory, civilizational memory. It's not a country that was born yesterday. It's not an artificial state stitched together by colonizers or built on stolen land. It's one of the oldest living civilizations in human history. While Europe was still crawling through the Dark Ages, India had universities, surgery, philosophy, mathematics, and literature. The West tried everything: divide and rule, famine, cultural erasure, conversion campaigns, but it couldn't kill the soul of India, because you can't defeat what refuses to forget who it is. And now that soul is awake again. Look at the demographics. The average age in India is under 30. Do you understand what that means? 1 billion plus people, the majority of them young, hungry, and connected to the digital world. That's not just a market, it's a movement. The West's populations are shrinking, aging, retiring. India's population is marching forward, and unlike in the past, they're not looking to London or Washington for instructions. This is a country that built nuclear weapons while feeding 1 billion mouths. A country that launched a spacecraft to the moon for less than the budget of a Hollywood film. A country that survived colonialism, partition, wars, insurgencies, and still managed to hold elections with more voters than the entire population of the West combined. That's not luck. That's grit, that's resilience. The West doesn't understand because it's never had to survive centuries of looting and still rise. What really rattles Western elites is that India won't pick a side. During the Cold War, the world was divided into two teams, East and West. But India said no. It said, we'll choose our friends, we'll buy Russian oil, trade with America, engage with Iran, and still remain proudly ourselves. Today, in this so-called rules-based order, India refuses to play by someone else's rules. It isn't joining any club where it must surrender its voice. And that refusal, that independence, that drives Western powers absolutely mad. Let's talk money. The West once used economics to dominate, but India is turning that tool into a weapon of its own. Its tech industry powers Silicon Valley. Its digital economy is expanding faster than anyone expected. And unlike China, India's growth comes with democracy. But make no mistake, it's a democracy that doesn't beg for Western approval. India's voters don't need lectures from people who still can't fix homelessness in their own cities. Culturally, the West has always believed it holds the monopoly on influence. But now, yoga is in every Western gym. Indian food dominates global cuisine. Bollywood is global. Indian philosophers are being studied in Ivy League schools. You don't need to colonize minds when your culture walks through every border uninvited. And that's the secret. India doesn't conquer with armies, it influences with identity. The West keeps asking, why won't India fall in line? Why won't it behave? The answer is simple, because India isn't interested in being a footnote in someone else's story. It's writing its own chapter. And this time, it's not in English for the sake of foreign applause. It's in Hindi, Tamil, Bengali, Urdu, Malayalam, Gujarati, and it's for its own people first. There's a lesson here, one the West still refuses to learn. You can't defeat what doesn't want what you're selling. India doesn't want your validation. It wants dignity, sovereignty, respect. And if you can't offer that, it will build its own path and invite the world to follow. So here we are, a new world is emerging, and it doesn't revolve around Paris, London, or New York. It beats in the streets of Mumbai, pulses through the startups in Bengaluru, and echoes in the voices of 1 billion proud Indians who are no longer willing to be anyone's project. They tried to defeat India through empires, they failed. Through economics, they failed. Through ideology, they failed. And now through pressure and propaganda, they will fail again. Because India isn't just rising, India is remembering. And when a civilization remembers who it is, you don't defeat it. You get out of its way, or you get run over. India's strength lies not just in its economy, military, or diplomacy. It lies in something far deeper, its civilizational identity. Unlike many modern nations that were born from revolutions, border shifts, or colonial arrangements, India is a continuous civilization. Its roots go back over 5,000 years. It's the land of the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Mahabharata, and the Ramayana. It's the birthplace of Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Hinduism. It has seen empires rise and fall, invade